Hey, Bart. This is the woodshed. The house is up there.
Yes, Inspector, I know. I want to have another look at the corpse.
Let's get it over with fast.
This won't take a minute. Yes, there it is.
There's what?
The thermometer on the wall, Inspector. I noticed it last night. What does it say, Inspector?
Let's see. Oh, I wish I hadn't looked.
Yes, that is pretty cold, isn't it, Inspector? Let's take another glance at the corpse.
What are we going to look for this time?
Well, those bullet wounds really don't tell us very much, do they, Inspector?
Only that the guy's dead.
But not necessarily from the bullets. It's possible that both of them could have merely grazed the skull.
If it were my skull, I'd give up and admit being dead.
Look, that slight abrasion behind his left ear. That could have been made by a blow from a heavy instrument. Yes, I think that explains it.
You think what explains what?
It explains the manner in which Bruce Stearns died, Inspector. The motive for his having died, and the identity of his...
What's that? What's that?
Someone close the shed door. Come on, Inspector, quick!
Oh, we're being spied on, eh? Well, it's locked.
Yes, of course it's locked, Inspector. It was locked by the murderer. I'm afraid he has us neatly trapped.
What do you mean, trapped? Open the door. Hey, open up, I say.
No use, Inspector. That door is made of oak logs. Don't waste your strength.
Don't waste my strength. Well, what would you suggest? Are we going to just stand here and freeze to death?
I think that's the fate that our captor has in mind for us, Inspector. What did you say the thermometer registered? 10 degrees below zero?
Yeah, and us wearing light top coats. Jumping Judas, we got to do something. Maybe if we began to yell, someone would hear us saying.
I'm afraid that isn't very likely. This shed is in the rear of the house, and the heavy logs would successfully deaden our voices. Besides, if the murderer is as smart as I think he is, he's going to convince the others that we've quit our job. No, Inspector. We've got to figure some way of getting out of here, and we've got to do it fast. 10 degrees below zero is a lethal weapon that we can't afford to fool with.
Oh, there you are, Calvin. Whatever happened to that attractive man? John, I believe you said his name was. Oh, he's so attractive.
How should I know what happened to him?
Oh, no, really, Calvin, you're being most rude. Their car's gone, you know.
What? Whose car is gone?
The sheriff's car, of course. Oh, really, Calvin, don't pretend you don't know.
Pretend I don't know. Why should I pretend I don't know? Besides...
Well, they've gone. Quit. I knew those country bumpkins wouldn't figure anything out.
Oh, really, Don, you don't have to make such an effort to impress us. We're quite aware of the fact that you murdered Bruce.
What? What the devil are you talking about, Peggy?
Oh, don't pay any attention to her, Don. She's crazy.
Oh, Calvin, must you be so rude? Really, after
Peggy,
all...
if you don't stop telling me to stop being rude, I'll suck you one.
Calvin!
You see? That proves my theory, doesn't it? That proves that Bruce committed suicide. I don't care what that thick-headed sheriff says. I tell you, there's just so much of this sort of thing a man can stand. I'm a doctor, I know.
Oh, really, Don?
Stop saying really.
See? That's what happened to Bruce. We'd been here too long, shut in by the storm. Bruce couldn't take it. He got sick of looking at us and hearing our voices. I don't blame him. I'm sick of it, too.
Oh, you are. Well, don't think we're not just as sick of you. You and your big talk.
See? We're all sick of each other. See?
Oh, really, Don? If you say see again, I think I'll scream.
And if you say really again, Peggy, I'm going to do more than scream.
Well, it would be interesting, Calvin, to see just what you would do. You've always been such a mousy little man.
Why, you little hussy, I'll
Cal, quit it, quit it.
Bit.
This is what happened before. We don't want it to repeat itself.
You stay out of this, Don. I'm going to teach her a...
All right, Smith. Leave her alone.
Drake! How did you...
How did we get out of the woodshed? Is that what you were going to ask, Smith?
Woodshed?
Yes.
What about the woodshed?
Never mind the woodshed right now. Didn't I just hear you call Drake?
It slipped out.
How stupid of you, Calvin. Really?
You knew, too, didn't you, Miss Smith?
Oh, darling, of course I did.
that's all.
Oh, I've admired your pictures in the papers so many times. You're so attractive.
So you were all kidding us, eh? Well, for my dough, that means just one thing. You were trying to cover up something.
Of course we were. Bruce was murdered. Do you think that...
Oh, so he was murdered. I thought you said it was suicide, Doc.
Well, naturally I did. These people are my friends. I wanted to do everything I could to protect them.
Which, of course, makes you an accomplice, some way. Miss Smith, how far down the road did you drive our car?
Why, Barton, you don't think that I...
Yes, we think that you. In fact, we know that you.
Really? But I don't
We
see
saw
how...
you, Miss Smith, through a crack in the log walls of the woodshed.
And through the same crack, we saw your brother going back into the house after locking us in the shed.
Blocking you in?
Yeah.
Then... Oh, but how did you get out?
Chopped our way out some way. Woodsheds usually have axes in them. This one had two. The exercise kept us from freezing and gave us our liberty.
So now that that's all cleared up, we'll arrest the murderer and be on our way.
Oh, Inspector, do you know who the murderer is, really?
You should have.
You all know who the murderer is, really. You've known from the moment it took place. Two of you have kept from telling us because you were afraid the same thing would happen to you that happened to Bruce Stearns, and you didn't have any real proof.
Have you?
Oh, yes, we have proof, Calvin.
Well, who is it? Get it over with.
By the process of elimination, you must be it, Shumway.
By the process of elimination, eh? I'm not quaking in my boots yet, Drake.
Both Smith and his sister made attempts to keep us here because they wanted us to get the proof that neither of them could obtain.
Darn near froze us to death in the attempt.
Oh, you wouldn't have frozen to death. I only wanted to keep you locked up long enough to give Peggy the chance to drive your car away.
So you two dirty...
Really, Don? You were most naive to think that we weren't aware that you had murdered poor Bruce. It was so easy to pretend that we believed your suicide theory.
So that's it. You're all ganged up against me. Well, get this. You can't prove a thing. My testimony is better than any you can turn up. I'm a doctor. I can prove that Bruce shot himself.
And we can prove that Bruce Stearns didn't die of bullet wounds, Shumway. He was frozen to death.
That's a lie.
Is it? Now, let me tell you what I think happened. You and Stearns quarreled. In a fit of rage, you struck him. You're a much bigger man than Stearns was, Shumway. I think he ran away from you, and you chased him down to the ice pond. One of you had a gun. You struggled for it, and it went off twice. Both bullets grazing Stearns' skull.
That's exactly how it happened. It must have been.
You didn't see anything, so shut up, Cal.
No, Smith, I don't think you did see the fight. It was snowing too hard. Shumway knew this. He wiped his fingerprints from the gun and came up to the house and got you.
Yeah. Naturally, I had to accept Shumway's statement that Stearns was dead, only he wasn't.
And the argument that you leave the body in the sub-zero temperature of the woodshed to preserve it until the police arrived seemed logical, too.
Only the police arrived sooner than you expected it. All right, Shumway, drop it.
You fools. Didn't you think I'd be prepared for this the minute I knew you were Drake and Danton? This is one time...
Oh, really, Don? You're being most difficult.
Peggy?
Look out, girl. Why, you...
Don, you should have ducked, you know. Really.
Gosh, Bart, did you see the way she tossed that vase? Really?
Oh, really, Barton. You were magnificent. You really were, you know.
Oh, thank you, Peggy.
And you're so attractive. Really, you are.
Well, I'm very flattered.
Oh, slush.
Oh, really, Inspector Danton? Must you be so crude?
Are you
oh,
envious,
really?
Inspector?
No, I'm not envious, but now I can see why everyone went nuts around here. Really, my gosh, now I'm saying it.
Oh, never mind, Inspector. You won't have to put up with it much longer. Before you leave, however, Drake, I'd like to know one thing.
What's that, Mr. Smith?
Well, how in Tunket did you know that Bruce wasn't killed by those shots?
Well, the answer to that's quite simple. When the inspector and I shoveled away the snow, we found a depression in the ice where Stearns' body had lain. You had previously told us that the thermometer had not risen above zero since before the storm started. That meant, of course, that the depression in the ice could only have been made by the heat from Stearns' body, which meant he must have been alive.
By George, that's right, isn't it?
Oh, really, Barton? You're too wonderful. You really are, you know.
Yeah. Well, look, Bart, tell her why you're too wonderful, and let's get out of here.
Well, I can only guess at what you mean, Inspector. I suppose you mean that you want me to say because mystery is my hobby, and it really is, you know. Mystery is my hobby. Today's story took place a few weeks ago. Inspector Danton and I had attended a radio show called Cinderella for a Day. We were guests of Tony Bradford, the sponsor's son, and were enjoying ourselves thoroughly.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Felix Emery, our master of ceremonies, will collect the ballots from our judges and announce the winner in today's Cinderella for a Day contest.
Say, this is quite a deal, isn't it, Bart?
It certainly is, Inspector. One of the most popular radio shows on the air.
Must be some kind of a gag to it, giving away all that stuff.
I assure you, there isn't, Inspector.
How do you know?
Because Sam Bradford, who sponsors this show, is a good friend of mine, and Sam doesn't operate his business on gags.
Oh. Say, it was Bradford's son, Tony, who invited us here, wasn't it?
Yes, that dark-haired chap sitting up in front of the magic curtain is Tony.
Sitting in front of the what?
The magic curtain, Inspector.
Oh.
In a moment, the winner of today's contest will drink from the magic cup, and the magic curtain will open, revealing today's gift.
Oh, I get it. Quite a gimmick. Huh?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the ballots are in, and the new Cinderella for the day is Miss Nellie Easton.
Nellie looks right pleased.
Yes, she should. Besides receiving several $100s worth of gifts, she'll be the guest of the show at all the popular amusement spots in town during the next 24 hours.
Not bad. She's a good-looking babe.
Quite beautiful, I should say. Hey, it looks as though Tony himself are going to hand her the magic cup.
Yeah, I thought that'd be the announcer's job. Yeah, you're right. Felix Emery, the master of ceremonies, is presenting her to Tony Bradford.
I'll be interested to hear how Tony sounds as a speech maker. He looks rather nervous.
You can't blame the guy. Must be a couple of thousand people here.
Listen, Tony's going to talk now.
Miss Easton, it gives me great pleasure to congratulate you on being chosen Cinderella for a day. I now offer you the magic cup, one draught from which will cause the magic curtain to open and reveal the many gifts that are to be yours.
Oh, that wasn't bad for an amateur.
Sounded kind of stilted to me.
Oh, come now.
Say, what's the matter with that red-headed babe?
Oh, she's one of the contestants. She seems to be disturbed because she didn't win.
Who's that talking to her?
That's Nick Lewis, the announcer.
He must have said the right thing. She's quieted down.
Look, Miss Easton is drinking from the cup now.
Yeah. What's in it, anyway?
Well, nothing very exciting, Inspector. Colored water on that. Say.
What's the matter?
Miss Easton seems to be ill.
Yeah, look, she's collapsing.
She's fallen into Tony Bradford's arms.
Call a doctor, someone. Close in those curtains.
Did you say only colored water was in that cup, Bud? Come on, let's get up on the stage.
Right. This door must lead to the stage, Inspector.
Yeah. All right, everybody, stay right where you are.
Tony, what happened?
Hello, Bart. Glad you're here. I can't imagine what caused Miss Easton to collapse. Obviously, heart trouble.
Heart trouble, my foot. Look at her. She's dead. Furthermore, she's been poisoned.
What? Poisoned? Well, you can't be serious. How could she?
From that magic cup of yours. Hey, what happened to the cup? Where is it?
Here it is. I took it from Miss Easton when it looked as though she were going to fall.
Well, that's just dandy. Anybody else handled it?
Well, I'm afraid we all did at one time or another. If it's fingerprints...
Yeah, that's it, son. It was fingerprints I was thinking of. Well, Bart, it looks as though we stepped into something.
Yes, it does, Inspector. I propose that we clear the auditorium.
Clear the auditorium, but look, suppose...
That one of the 2,000 witnesses committed the murder.
Huh?
Obviously, we can't question 2,000 suspects, Inspector.
Well, of course not. Besides, it's going to be bad publicity if it's suspected that Miss Easton was murdered. So far, the people out front think she merely collapsed.
They won't think so after tonight's papers get out.
Inspector, the chances are 1,000 to 1 that it was someone connected with the show who's responsible. I think we'll have better luck apprehending the guilty party if we don't have 2,000 curious people milling around.
Yeah, maybe you're right at that. Okay, everybody. Only you hang around. Bart, get hold of a doctor, will you?
Pleasure, Inspector.
Bradford, give me a list of all the people who are connected. I tell you, Bart, we can't keep those people locked up in those dressing rooms much longer.
No, why not, Inspector? Never mind. You're right, as usual.
Yeah.
Have you the doctor's report?
Yeah. There was poison in the cup, all right. Now, if we only knew who put it in there.
If we knew, we'd have our man, wouldn't we,
Yeah.
Inspector? Murderers are such smart people.
Not all of them. Hey, where you going?
Step over here a minute, will you, Inspector?
Sure. Found something?
Possibly. That table in the corner is where the magic cup was left until the time when Miss Easton came to drink from it.
What about it? I don't see
No,
that.
wait a minute. Don't get that close, Inspector. Keep away.
Keep away. But look, if there's some evidence...
The evidence, Inspector, is on the floor, right under your nose.
Under my nose. Oh, say, those footprints?
Right. Inspector, the floor is of composition material, highly polished. Now, there are 3 sets of footprints plainly visible, aren't there?
Yeah. But, how are they going to tell us anything?
Because until it was time for the winner of the contest to drink from the cup, no one approached this table. It was placed here in this corner out of the way.
I'll go for that, but I still don't see...
This set of footprints here was obviously made by Felix Emery, the master of ceremonies, when he came to get the cup and hand it to Tony.
Okay, we can check that easy enough.
And the person who made this set of footprints obviously came from backstage.
Yeah, the guy who put the cup here in the first place must have made them.
Exactly. That's another fact we can check.
Sure. We're boiling them down, eh, Bart?
Right.
Yeah, the chances are that the guy who put the cup here in the first place is the boy we're after.
Why, Inspector?
Why? Because he had a chance to dump in the poison and he was carrying the cup.
That's good reasoning, Inspector, but I think we have something more substantial to go on.
Oh, you do?
Yes, the person who made the third set of footprints is more likely to be our man.
Why?
Why? Because he was the only one of the three who had no other purpose in coming to the table during the performance.
Well, maybe you're right.
Yes, I'm quite sure I am, Inspector. It would have been a simple matter for our murderer to have moved over to the table while today's Cinderella was being selected, dropped the poison into the magic cup, quite unnoticed.
Okay, so that's how it happened. Now, how are you going to prove who it was?
I wish I could answer that question as casually as you asked it, Say, by Jove.
Now what?
Get down on your knees here, Inspector, and examine these footprints closely.
Down on my knees. Okay, so now we're down on our knees. If we only had some dice...
Take a good look at the heel marks on those three set of footprints, Inspector.
Yeah, I'm looking. They're all alike. That means that the same person could have made all three.
They aren't all alike, Inspector.
No?
Notice that on this one, the circles made by the tread all appear to be hollow except one.
Say, that's right. The circle's smooth, as though the ring were filled up with mud or something.
Yes, and this set of footprints was made by the person we believe was responsible for the death of Nellie Easton.
By golly, that's a fact. So all we have to do is find out who made the footprint.
Right. Inspector, I'd like you to get a police photographer and have some pictures made of these footprints.
Okay, what are you going to be doing?
Hi, Inspector. I'm going down to the men's dressing room where our suspects are waiting and ask them to take their shoes off.
Oh, for gosh sakes, Tony, stop pacing back and forth. You're giving me the willies.
You can say that again, Nick. Sit down, will you, Tony?
Okay. I suppose my pacing is the only thing that makes you guys nervous.
What do you mean by that crack?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking about last night, that's all.
What's last night got to do with it?
You ought to know, chum. You and your big talk.
Listen, are you saying that I had anything to do with poisoning Miss Cinderella?
Sure I am. You brought the cup in from backstage.
Why, forget it, you two. Use your heads. Why would any of us want to poison the babe? None of us ever saw her before today, did we? Well, did we?
No, I didn't, if that's what you're driving at.
Neither did I. Well, then let's quit this wrangling. If we don't Drake and Danton, we'll get ideas.
Bart's going to find out about last night anyhow. Don't think he isn't. I know how he works.
Oh, stop harping about last night. It hasn't anything to do with this business.
Oh, no?
Oh, hello, Drake. Put your finger on the murderer yet?
No, not yet, Emery. Tony, where's Cliff Ogden, the manager of the show?
He was here a minute ago, Bart. I think he went down to check up on the women who were in the contest.
I see. All the contestants are here, then.
Yes, Cliff locked them up in another dressing room.
Good. Well, gentlemen, come in, Inspector. Did you get hold of the photographer?
Yeah, Harry Carson came up with medical examiner Ryan. Harry's taking pictures and Ryan's examining the body.
Fine. Let's hope that we can clean this up within the next few minutes. Gentlemen, would you mind removing your shoes, please?
What? Removing our shoes? What kind of a gag is this?
The ways of the cops are strange, I always say. Well, it's okay with me.
Thank you. How about you, Louis?
Okay, what have I got to lose? Hope my socks haven't any holes in them. I'd be so embarrassed.
Maybe you will be anyhow, Bob.
Tony, have you any objections?
Well, no, although I can't see the point of it.
There's the first one.
Look it over, Inspector.
Okay.
Well, here's mine. What'll I do with them?
Hand them to the inspector, please.
Okay.
Well, this one's okay. So's this one. Let me see yours, son.
Tony, I'll take yours.
Here they are. Seems rather silly.
Yes, I know. Let me see. Well, the left shoe's all right. So's the right. Okay, Tony. Here you are. Thanks.
Okay, chum, put them back on.
I'll be glad to. My feet are getting cold.
Did you find anything, Inspector?
Nope, clean as a whistle.
That's odd. I don't understand unless...
Unless what?
Unless, by Jove, Inspector...
Aha, the mastermind has knuckled down to something. Tell us about it, Sherlock.
I intend to, but first
Keep your hands off me, Copper. I'm going in here whether you want me to or not.
Come back here, you.
Well, who's this?
It's the redhead.
I'm Wanda Graham, and I'm sick and tired of being cooped up in that lousy dressing room, and it was me who was to be chosen Cinderella for today.
I said come out of there.
Wait a minute, Ralph. That sounds interesting. Lady, what was that remark you just made?
I said I'm sick and tired of being cooped up in that lousy dressing room. I was supposed to be chosen Cinderella for today. Tony promised me.
Wanda, shut up.
I won't shut up. You double-crossed me, Tony Bradford, and you're not going to get away with it.
I didn't double-cross you. It wasn't my fault. Now, keep quiet.
I won't. I'm going to tell what happened. I'm going to tell who it was who poisoned Nellie Easton.
Wanda, if you open your head about last night, I'll...
You won't do anything, Junior. Now sit down. Cool off.
Miss Graham, you were going to tell us who murdered Nellie Easton.
Sure. It was Nick. It couldn't have been anyone else.
Oh, why couldn't it?
Because of what he said last night, that's why.
Pardon me for interrupting, but will somebody please tell me what happened last night? It must have been exciting.
That's a good suggestion, Inspector. Well, Miss Graham?
Sure, I'll tell you. Nick and I had been going around together. He kept promising he'd fix it so I'd get on the show and be chosen Cinderella. Only he never did. Well, then I met Tony, and he gave me a big rush. So I figured that maybe he could fix it easier. Last night he had a case. Hello, Tony, darling. You waiting long?
Hi, Wanda. Thought you'd never get here. Come on. I've got a table reserved near the dance floor. Okay, waiter.
Yes, sir, Mr. Bradford. This way, please.
Oh, I love to go places with you, Tony. You're so important.
Anybody can be important if they have the money to pay for it. Here we are.
Oh, boy, what wonderful music.
Shall we dance?
No, not yet. Say, Tony, did you...
It's all set, darling. Tomorrow I'm going to be on the show myself. Sort of a special occasion. The sponsor's son, you know.
And are you sure that I'll be chosen?
Don't worry about it. It's all set.
Oh, Tony, that's wonderful. Oh, Nick will be furious when he finds out about it.
Nick's furious about it right now, baby.
Nick, where did you...
You hadn't been so busy making moon eyes at Babyface here, you'd have noticed that I was sitting at the next table.
Listen, mister, I don't like being called babyface.
That's just too bad, sonny boy. What are you going to do about it?
I'm going to have you fired off the show, for one thing.
Not for 13 weeks, you aren't, chum. Your old man just put his John Hancock on a contract bearing my name.
Contracts have been broken before.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, why can't you boys stop arguing and be friends?
Because I'm particular about my friends. And about guys chiseling in on my girl.
Louis, you're drunk. Now run along and peddle your papers, and we'll forget the whole thing.
I'm not drunk, and we're not forgetting the whole thing. We're settling this right now.
Settling what? There's nothing at all to settle.
There's plenty to settle. Oh, you're my girl, Wanda. You always have been. Right now, you're carried away by this goon and his dough, but...
One more crack like that, Louis, and I'll make you wish that you'd...
Oh, relax, big shot, relax. You don't have to impress Wanda. She knows what she wants. Right now, she thinks you can get it for her. That's her only interest in you.
Nick!
Sorry, honey. Bradford, I'm going to say something that won't make sense to a guy like you.
Nothing you've said so far has made sense.
I happen to be in love with Wanda. Sure, go ahead and say it. I'm a sucker. All right, so I'm a sucker, but that's the way it is. I'm in love with her, and I'm not letting any false alarm like you take her away from me.
I've already taken her away, mister. You'd better start getting used to the idea right now.
I'm not getting used to anything. I'm telling you to lay off. I'm warning you, fella. Get smart and see things my way. Because if you don't, I'm going to kill you both.
So that's all that happened last night, was it, lady?
All that happened. Say, isn't threatening to kill us both enough?
A threat to kill Miss Graham is hardly enough evidence to convict a man.
Also, where does Nellie Easton fit into the picture? Was she there? Did anyone threaten her?
Listen, I can tell
If you don't mind, Miss Graham. Thank you. Well, Louis, what have you to say for yourself?
Nothing. It happened that way, I guess. I was pretty drunk. Only I wasn't drunk today, and I didn't put the poison in that cup.
There's a switch. I thought the guy was going to break down and confess.
How about you, Tony? Any changes to make in Miss Graham's story?
She told it pretty straight.
So?
I hope it won't go any further about me arranging to have Miss Graham win today's contest.
That's something that will remain beyond the inspectors and my control, I'm afraid. Emery, will you come with the inspector and me, please?
Why, sure. If there's anything I can do.
There is. Miss Graham, the officer outside the door, will escort you back to your dressing room. Tony, you and Louis stay here.
No. I'm not going to stay alone with Louis. After all, if he's already committed one murder...
Committed one murder? Doggone you...
I wouldn't worry, Tony. However, if you're concerned, we'll station another officer in here with you. Come along, Inspector. All right, Emery. How much did Tony offer you to switch the ballot?
Switch the ballot? I don't know what you're talking about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. Did he threaten to have you fired off the show, or did he offer you money?
He didn't offer me anything. Now, look, Drake. I don't have to answer your questions, and I'm not going to...
You're quite right, Emery. You don't have to answer my questions. It's entirely up to you. However, if you spent a few days in jail...
Jail?
Naturally. You don't think for a second we're going to let you off scot-free and arrest the others, do you?
But I didn't have anything to do with this. Listen, if I'm arrested, It'll ruin me.
Perhaps you're right. However, if you care to cooperate now, I think I can assure you that it won't be necessary for you to spend any time in jail.
How can I believe that?
That's entirely up to you, Emery. It's your one chance.
I see. You think you've got me over the barrel, don't you?
Quite frankly, yes.
I suppose you know I'd be fired out of my ear if I ever admitted switching those ballots.
There are two answers to that, Emery. First, the admission won't go any further than the inspector and me. Second, I don't think you did switch the ballots.
Well, then what do we...
You took money from Tony and promised him that you would switch them. Then at the last moment, you either got cold feet or found there wasn't an opportunity. Isn't that true?
If it were true, what difference does it make? So long as the ballots weren't switched...
It makes all the difference in the world, Emery. Now listen. Tony admits that he promised Miss Graham that he could arrange it so she would win the contest.
That guy. We were all getting sick of the way he was throwing his weight around just because he was a sponsor's son.
Yes, I know. Never mind that. It just stands to reason that the only way Tony could make his arrangements was through you. Because you were the only one who handled the ballots after they left the hands of the 5 judges.
I still don't see why...
Because, Emery, Nellie Easton was poisoned by mistake. Miss Graham was supposed to be the real victim.
I see. Okay, you win, Drake. Tony gave me $1,000. The last minute, I got scared that someone would see me. My job was worth more than $1,000. I was going to give it back. Even if Tony did get me fired, I figured I could get another job if my reputation was clean.
Splendid, thank you. Your confession, Emery, has been taken down by Inspector Danton and the stenographer in the next room, so don't make the mistake of trying to change it.
Why, you...
There's no need for alarm. The information will be kept confidential. Right now, I can practically promise you, you won't have to spend any time in jail.
Sure, that was smart, all right, Bud, getting the confession out of Emery. But I don't see that it proved anything.
It might not prove a thing, Inspector, but it strengthens a theory I have. As soon as Lewis gets here, I'll show you what I mean.
You're going to accuse him of something, too?
Yes, I'm afraid I am, Inspector. You see, I already know who made those footprints.
You already know, but doggone it, none of the shoes we looked at corresponded to the pictures we took.
That's quite true, Inspector. However...
You want to see me?
Yes, we did, Lewis. Close the door, please, and come in.
There isn't anything more I can tell you. You think you're going to make me confess to putting the poison that I
Well, the last thought in our mind, Lewis, is to try to get you to confess to murdering Nellie Easton, and it'd be foolish of us to even think you would.
Well?
However, there's one thing I want you to confess to. You saw Wanda Graham again last night after leaving the nightclub, didn't you?
That's none of your business.
Frankly, Lewis, I'm only guessing. I don't know that you saw Wanda. I haven't a shred of proof. However, if you want to tell us what happened, it might save you a lot of embarrassment.
Why? Look, Drake, I've already told you that I didn't put the poison in that cup.
Yeah, we remember that. The trouble is, Bub, we don't believe it.
I don't care whether you believe it or not. I didn't do it. You can't prove that I did.
That's very true. On the other hand, Lewis, you can't prove that you didn't.
So that makes us even. Now, do you want to talk, or do I get out my shiny new handcuffs and try them on your wrists for size?
Look, I don't get this. What difference does it make whether or not I saw Wanda after she left the silver slipper?
It makes a difference, Lewis, of charging you with the murder of Nellie Easton or not charging you with it. Before you say anything, let me tell you what I think happened. And that way, all you have to do is answer yes or no.
Okay, go ahead.
You hung around the silver slipper until Tony and Wanda left. You followed them to her apartment. You waited until Tony drove off, and then you went up and pleaded with Wanda to forget Tony and marry you.
Go on.
That's all, Lewis. I'm not interested in what Miss Graham's answer was. All I want to know is what I said true?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it, Drake.
Thank you.
Wanda will probably tell you herself when you ask her the little.
We're not going to ask you, Lewis. We don't have to. Thank you. Inspector.
Yeah?
Ask Ralph to bring Tony in here. We'll have a little private talk with him. And then I think we can definitely accuse the guilty party of murdering Nellie Easton. You see, Tony, it's like this. We feel reasonably sure that we know who put the poison in the cup, but it isn't going to do us much good unless we can get enough facts to substantiate a charge.
Sure, Bud, I understand. The trouble is I've told you everything I know.
Sure, that's what the others said, only we found out different.
But there isn't anything else to tell. If there were, I'd
How
be
about after you left Wanda's apartment last night, Tony?
What?
I don't know what you said to each other before you left, and I'm not particularly interested. I have a hunch, however, that Wanda was impressed by Nick's admission at the Silver Slipper that he was honestly in love with her.
Well?
Because of that, she was probably a little cold to you. After all, women are flattered when a man tells them he's in love with them and means it.
Now, look here, Bud.
The chances are that Wanda toyed with the thought anyway. She wanted to be left alone. She sent you home earlier than you'd intended. Is that right, Tony?
It seems to me that you're sticking your nose into something that doesn't concern you.
Well, that's very possible, Tony. My guess is that you became suspicious because of Wanda's attitude, and you hung around outside for a while. And you weren't too surprised when you saw Nick Lewis drive up and go in.
Oh, so you know about that?
Yes, Lewis just told us.
Well, what about it? Lewis didn't see me, and I didn't go up to see Wanda again.
I know you didn't, Tony. You went home. You got to thinking about it. It occurred to you that Lewis might have been right when he said that Wanda was interested in you only because of your money.
Oh, that's a lot of nonsense.
No, it isn't, Tony. You probably had some drinks, and the thought grew in your mind. You enlarged upon it. Your natural vanity rebelled. So then, you got to thinking of today's show, and you saw an opportunity to get your revenge. That's when you decided to murder Wanda Graham and make it appear that your rival was guilty of the crime.
You're crazy.
No, I'm not, Tony. I have positive proof that it was you who put the poison in the magic cup. And now I have your motive. Inspector.
You won't get away.
Oh, no, I'll show you.
Only think so, buddy. You know, Bart, there's a funny thing.
A funny thing? What's that, Inspector?
Somehow or other, we most always wind up here at the Lamplighters Club playing chess after working on one of these murder cases. Why?
Well, it's relaxing, Inspector. Figuring out a murder is strenuous business, you know.
It doesn't bother me any.
It doesn't, Inspector.
No. So, that's the only reason you always suggest a game of chess, eh?
Well, it does give you an opportunity to ask me how I knew that the guilty party was guilty.
Yeah. I thought you might have that in mind. Well, this time I'm not going to ask you.
You aren't?
No.
Well, very well, then. I'll tell you anyhow.
Okay, go ahead and tell me.
It was the footprint, Inspector. Remember that one of the heel marks, the one that we decided was worn by the person who put the poison in the cup, had a tread ring that seemed to be filled with mud or some other substance.
Sure. And I also remember that when we looked at the shoes of the suspects, all the rings were free of any trace of such a substance.
Quite true. And, Inspector, it probably was unfair of me not to have shown you Tony's left shoe.
Why?
Because you would have noticed that there was an extra nail hole.
A what?
The nails that hold a rubber heel to a shoe, Inspector, are always sunken in the rings of a tread so that they're not visible until the heel becomes worn down.
So what?
There are 8 nails on the average heel, Inspector. There were 8 impressions on the right heel of Tony's shoe, Inspector. But there were 9 on his left.
A phenomenon, eh?
No, not a phenomenon, Inspector, a fact. Why were there 9 nail holes on the heel of his left shoe? Because he had stepped on a thumbtack and had removed it before we examined the shoe.
Well, doggone. The thumbtack made the 9th hole, eh?
That's it, Inspector, and that's why the ring appeared to be filled with mud or something. The thumbtack left a flat impression.
Well, I'm a so-and-so, and you figure I would have noticed that, eh?
Naturally, you would, Inspector.
Oh, Natch. Now, tell me why you noticed it.
All right, Inspector. I noticed it because mystery is my hobby.
Mystery is my hobby.
Okay, Bart, go ahead and laugh. So I didn't recognize your voice over the telephone. Ha, ha, ha.
Inspector, I'm not laughing.
And what's that noise you're making? You gonna lay an egg or something?
I'm sorry, Inspector.
What burns me up is that this Albert Evans calls you instead of the police when he finds the body of John Crane. Fine thing.
Well, let's not be too hard on Evans, Inspector. He has the reputation of his hotel to think about, you know.
When a murder's been committed, nobody's got any
Murder?
right...
What makes you think that John Crane was murdered, Inspector?
Now, look, Bart, I'll admit that Crane was a crackpot. He had plenty of dough, and he lived like a hermit. But he wouldn't be screwy enough to kill himself by climbing into a trunk and then jiggling the thing into the lake.
I must confess, it's rather a unique way of committing suicide.
And besides, Crane died of a knife wound.
What? How do you know that?
Because I called up the doc at Chatsworth and asked him to examine the body. He found that a knife had penetrated the body just above the heart.
Inspector, you did that after I took you into my confidence and phoned you.
Yeah, you're darned right I did. I'm sick and tired of playing the dumb cop. Okay, Evans, so you won't talk because if your name is connected with John Crane's murder, your hotel gets a bad reputation. So we close up the hotel till we catch the murderer. How's that?
Oh, dear me, Inspector Denton. You wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't, eh? I'll even print your picture in the paper and tell the world that the trunk Crane's body was found in came from this hotel.
Oh, dear me, dear me. That would be dreadful. It would ruin me completely.
Then stop being a cluck and talk.
Very well. What do you want to know?
Who found the trunk with a body in it?
Hugh Crane did. He's John's brother.
Brother, eh? Where's he now?
Oh, I don't know. He's around somewhere, I suppose, making himself obnoxious. What a man.
He can't be any worse than some of the other characters I've met up here. Okay, so Hugh Cross, John's brother, found the body. Then what?
Well, then nothing.
What do you mean, then nothing?
That's all I know. Hugh Crane told me he'd found the body, and I called Barton Drake.
Yeah, Drake. Why didn't you call the police?
Because if I did, they'd come up here and start bullying my guests, just the way you've been doing ever since you arrived.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah.
Well, you listen to me, you little sawed-off cream puff.
Inspector, have you found out anything?
Oh, hello, Bart. And who's this gentleman?
This, Inspector, is Hugh Crane, brother of the dead man.
Well, 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 if it isn't good old Inspector Danton. How are you, Inspector, you old bloodhound?
Mister, you hit me on the back like that again, and you'll find out how I am mighty quick.
Ho, ho, ho. Can't take it, eh, Inspector? Come, old man. Let's not get off on the wrong foot. We've got a lot of work to do together.
Yeah? What kind of work?
What kind? Listen to him, Drake. What kind of work, he wants to know. Why, Inspector, you're a cod.
I told you he was an obnoxious person.
Now, listen, Shrimp, pipe down or I'll twist your little nose into the shape of a pretzel.
Say, he's a real tough character, isn't he? Where'd you pick him up, Bart?
I didn't. He picked me up. Tell the inspector all about yourself, Crane. I'm sure he's in a mood for
Glad
listening.
to, Drake, glad to. Inspector, you doing anything for the next couple of hours?
Look, I can see everyone's having a good time at the poor old inspector's expense. That's all very nice, but the only thing I want to know is who murdered John Crane and why.
Now there, Inspector. That's what I call getting at the hub of the thing. I'm glad you asked that question because I know the answer.
You know that... All right, who did it?
Why, Shrimp here. Albert Evans, proprietor of the exclusive Chatsworth Hotel.
Why, that's a lie. How dare you accuse me of such a thing?
Because you've got a motive, Shrimp, and a good one. John owed you money, bought all the supplies here. You went down to his cabin to collect, got into a fight, knifed him.
Of all the outlandish groceries, I never in my life tried to collect money from John Crane. I didn't even tell anyone he owed me anything.
There, you see, he admits that John owed him money. Oh, don't try to get out of it, Evans. I'm too sharp for you.
You're nothing but a loud-talking, obnoxious windbag.
Now, Evans, just because you're going to the electric chair doesn't mean you should get sore.
Oh, no?
Sometimes I think I should have been a detective. It's such nice, easy work.
Now, think of that.
Crane, perhaps now that you've had your say, you'd better let Inspector Danton take over.
Sure thing. Help yourself, Inspector. Glad that I could solve the case for you.
Well, now, Mr. Crane, that's mighty decent of you. As soon as we get the little fella here locked up, I'll...
You can't lock me up. You can't. I didn't do it. Just because this big lummox said I did doesn't prove...
Take it easy, Bob. No one's going to lock you up yet.
But you just
The
said...
inspector was being sarcastic, Evans. It's a habit he has. You see, he was a little bit out of sorts because you didn't call him instead of me.
You bet your life I am. It's things like that that makes a cop wonder why he's in the business.
Well, that's all right. But if you think that I murdered...
The inspector doesn't think that you murdered John Crane, Evans. As a matter of fact, we're both convinced that you couldn't have.
Oh, now look here, Drake. I've already explained why I'm sure that Evans killed my brother. Being next of kin, I demand you arrest Evans.
And being the cop on this deal, I demand that you stop talking, Crane. Bart, explain to this loudmouth why Evans couldn't have done it.
Glad to, Inspector. John Crane weighed a good 200 pounds. The trunk he was found in weighed at least 25. Our friend Evans weighs about 110. It would have been impossible for him to lift your brother's body into the trunk and then carry the trunk down to the lake.
You see what I mean, blabbermouth? Bart and I had that one figured out an hour ago, didn't we, Bart?
You bet we did, Inspector. Come on, let's take a look at that corpse. Crane's body in the trunk trunk in which he was found are both in this shed, Inspector. Let's take a look.
Yeah. So that's what's left of Crane, eh?
Yeah.
Say, he was a big guy, wasn't he?
Yes, but of course you knew that, Inspector, when we figured out that Evans was too small to carry him, remember?
What? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
sure. What stumps me is, who would want to murder a guy who lived all by himself?
Anyone who wanted money badly enough and who figured that Crane had some hidden away in his cabin?
Yeah, I suppose you're right. See, the water sure did a job on the corpse, didn't it?
Yeah. Dr. Mason estimates the body must have been submerged about a month.
A month, eh? It was a month ago that Crane disappeared, wasn't it?
Yeah, no one thought much about it at the time. Crane always lived by himself in the cabin down by the lake. He came up to the hotel once every 2 weeks to get supplies. Evans got curious when he didn't show up and went down to investigate.
Yeah. Say, here's something.
Huh?
If the body is decomposed by water to such an extent that it is not recognizable, how is everyone so sure that it is Crane?
His brother, Hugh, the loud-talking gentleman, identified him by a ring he wore and a birthmark on his back. And his wife also identified him.
Wife?
Yes, they were divorced, but when she heard that Crane had disappeared, she came up to help in the hunt.
Decided she loved him after he was dead, eh?
No, Crane had a reputation for being a miser, and Mrs. Crane probably reasoned he might have some money lying around.
I get it. Say, is that why Brother Hugh is here, too?
That isn't likely. Hugh has more money than he can spend. I'm convinced his only purpose in coming up here is to help locate John's murderer.
And I wish he'd do his locating away from me. By the way, where did Hugh find the trunk?
In a cove not far from here. He was walking along the shore and saw it floating on the surface when... By Jove, Inspector.
What's the matter?
I just thought of something.
Huh?
Yes, I am right. I'm sure I am. Inspector, let's get down to the cabin where John Crane lived at once. That must be the cabin, Inspector. You can just see it there through the trees.
Yeah. Not much more than a shack. I guess Crane was a miser, all right.
Inspector,
What's the matter?
there's someone in the cabin. I saw a movement behind one of those curtains.
Yeah? Yeah, and I can hear voices, too.
Let's get up closer so we can hear what they're saying. I crouch down, Inspector, and listen.
You're a fool to come up here, Nate. I told you once it was all over between us, and I haven't changed my mind.
You can't mean that, Daphne. You said that only because of John that
That
you...
was when John was alive. He's dead now, and I'm free.
And you didn't mean it when you said you loved me?
Mean it? Oh, Nate, you're so naive, really. Of course I didn't mean it. Oh, you were fun. You amused me no end, but what's the loving...
Stop it! How can you be so cruel? Daphne, in heaven's name, be human. You've got to marry me. I can't live without you.
Can't live without me. Darling, you're so old-fashioned, really.
Stop it, I can't.
You might as well know it now, Nate. I'm going to marry Hugh.
You're going to marry Hugh?
Yes, he asked me this morning, and I accepted it.
But you don't love Hugh.
Did I say anything about love? Hugh is one of the richest men in the state.
You're desperate. You're inhuman. You don't deserve anyone's love, and I'm going
Nate,
to...
stop. Let go of me.
I'll show you. No one's going to have you but me.
Nate, please.
Come on, Inspector.
Grab him. Yeah. All right, Bub. Take it easy.
Take your hands off me. Let me alone.
Now, it isn't polite to choke ladies.
She's no lady.
Hey, I quite agree with you there, Bub.
Thank heaven someone arrived in time.
I presume that you're Mrs. John Crane.
Yes, I am. I was looking over some of my dead husband's personal things, and this terrible person came in and attacked me.
That's a lie. She asked me to meet her here.
Yeah, we know all about that. We were standing outside listening.
You were eavesdropping? You heard our conversation?
Yeah, every word, lady. So you might as well stop trying to act like a lady, ma'am, and be yourself.
Why, you dirty Who are you, anyway?
The police, Mrs. Crane. The gentleman holding your erstwhile love is Inspector Noah Danton. I'm Barton Drake.
The police? Then...
Yeah, then. That's the best answer you can think up, ma'am?
Okay, Flatfoot. What do you want of me?
Plenty. What's all this business about you and your dear, dead, departed husband? You and he were divorced.
Were we? That's where you're wrong. John wanted me to give him a divorce, but I refused. So he came up here and lived like a hermit. The fool.
Well, so now we got all kinds of motives.
What do you mean, all kinds of motives? If you think I had...
Chut. Wait till you're accused before you start thinking up alibis, ma'am. I'm only saying that a babe who wanted a divorce from her husband so she could marry the guy's rich brother has a motive for murder, that's all.
Why, that's ridiculous. I've told you that it was I who wouldn't give John a divorce.
You're lying, Daphne. You've been begging John for a divorce for years so that you could marry me.
You see what I mean, Bart? Motives. They're flying at us so thick and fast, we gotta hire us a shorthand artist to take 'em down.
Yes, I see what you mean, Inspector. You're thinking that perhaps Nate decided there were other means of getting rid of a husband, so Mrs. Crane could marry him.
Sure, that's
That's
it.
not true. It's not true, I tell you. I hated Crane, but not enough to murder him.
So that's it. That's what you meant, Nate Hobart, when you said it wouldn't matter how we got rid of John, so long as he was no longer around. Oh, how foolish I was not to have guessed at the fiendish thoughts in your mind.
Daphne, what are you saying? You're making that up. You're trying to pin John's murder onto me because of what I might tell you.
What a fool I've been. If I'd only known there was murder in your heart.
Out of your mind. No one would believe such an absurd story. There isn't a shred of evidence.
Hold it. You two are breaking my heart. Any minute now I'm going to bust out weeping. Hobart, you're under arrest.
You can't arrest me. I didn't do it. I won't let you arrest me.
Stop him. He's getting away. Why didn't you stop him? You deliberately let him escape.
Yeah, that's right. We let him escape.
Why?
She wants to know why, Bart. Shall I tell her?
No, not yet, Inspector. The pieces of the puzzle are beginning to fall neatly into place. We still have one more person to question before we can begin to speculate on the identity of John Crane's murderer.
Now, look, Bart, I got your signal back there at the cabin, and I let Nate Hobart escape, but I still don't see the reason for it.
Well, Hobart can be more help to us free than if we held him prisoner, Inspector.
Why?
Because he's still in love with Mrs. John Crane, for one thing.
Yeah, how's that going to help us?
And for another, he's not the murderer of John Crane.
Now, wait a minute. He's got a motive, and the girl said he made threats.
The girl was lying. Here's the hotel, Inspector. Let's go in.
So, what do we do now?
We have another talk with Albert Evans, the hotel proprietor. In case I didn't mention it before, Mr. Evans not only knows who murdered John Crane, but he holds the key to the entire mystery.
What mystery? All we got to do is catch Crane's murderer. That takes care of all the mystery.
Does it? I think we're going to find that apprehending the murderer is only a prelude to the real mystery, Inspector. Well, Evans isn't behind his desk. I wonder where he is.
Probably taking his midday nap. I'll ring the bell. No soap. Well, he can't be far away.
Listen.
Help! Help! Keep away from me! No! Stop! No!
It's Evans, covered with blood.
Looks like someone knifed him and then threw him down the stairs.
Go after him, Inspector. I'll take care of Evans. Well, Inspector.
Whoever it was got away. How about Evans?
Dead. A knife through the heart.
Then that means...
Yes, that means whoever murdered John Crane also murdered Evans. Because the murderer knew that Evans was aware of his identity.
Well, if it isn't old Inspector Gumshoe. Say, what's happened?
What's it look like, loudmouth?
That's Evans. There's blood. He's been stabbed.
That's right, Mr. Crane. Stabbed through the heart. In exactly the same manner that your brother was stabbed.
By George, this is a job for the police.
He's catching on, Bart. Now life is worthwhile.
But look here, why would anyone want to murder the shrimp?
Because the shrimp, as you call him, Mr. Crane, knew who murdered your brother.
You don't say.
Yes. Mr. Crane, I'd like you to join the inspector and me at your brother's cabin in an hour.
At the cabin?
Yes.
Yes, of course. Glad to do anything you ask, but couldn't you make
Conduct my investigation here? No, Mr. Crane, I couldn't. The answer to the mystery lies in the cabin. Your sister-in-law will be there, and unless I'm greatly mistaken, your rival, Nate Hobart. I think you'll find a most interesting gathering.
Well. Isn't this the coziest little party? Mountain cabin, excellent company, and, by the way, Hobart, you were smart to give yourself up.
I'm not giving myself up. I came back to prove that it wasn't I who murdered John Crane.
You fool. Why didn't you stay away while you had the chance?
Because then everyone would have thought me guilty. And that's what you wanted, Daphne.
Oh, really, Nate, must you be dramatic?
Returning here to the cabin was the smartest thing you've done, Hobart.
The kid couldn't be smart if he tried.
Oh, is that so, Crane? Ever since you made your pile and retired,
Okay. Pipe down, you two. We didn't come here to listen to you birds throwing insults at each other.
Well, what are we here for?
Do you object to being in this cabin, Mrs. Crane?
Well, of course I do. This is where poor John was murdered. I hate the place.
I should think you might. Crane, what are you doing over there at that cupboard?
Getting myself a drink. We've got to stay here and play cops and robbers. We might as well enjoy ourselves. Drink, darling?
No, thanks. You know I don't like scotch.
Well, that's all there is. Here's looking at you, Gumshoe.
Mr. Crane, at the time your brother was reported missing, did you come up here to Chatsworth immediately?
No, I waited a couple of weeks. Wanted to make sure he hadn't just wandered off for a while like he'd done before.
Not many people knew it, but John was a little odd.
He must have been to marry a babe like you.
I think you're positively insulting.
Well, I gotta live up to my reputation. Everyone thinks that cops are roughnecks.
Another crack like that, Gumshoe, and I'll take a hand.
That's what I'm hoping for. All I want is an excuse.
Mr. Crane.
Huh?
Is it true that when your father died, he left you practically his entire fortune and omitted your brother John's name from his will?
Where did you get that information?
I've done some telephoning within the past hour. Your father objected to John's marrying Daphne because she was a chorus girl. When Daphne learned that her husband was to receive nothing, she left him.
And that's why Johnny decided to come up here and become a hermit.
Yes.
I don't see that's any business of yours.
Yes, what's all this about?
I'll explain in a minute. Mr. Crane, while you were up here conducting your search for your missing brother, did you live here at this cabin?
In this dump? I should say not. I stayed at the hotel.
Then this is the first visit to the cabin, inside the cabin, I mean.
Yes. Now, what's all this about, Drake? I don't like the tone of your voice.
I was just wondering how you knew where your brother John kept his scotch. He walked directly to the proper cabinet and found it.
Why, that is,
This is silly. I told him where it was. I found it this morning.
While you were looking over your dear, dead, departed husband's personal things?
And I was wondering, Mr. Crane, how you knew that your brother John owed Albert Evans a sum of money for supplies he'd bought. This morning you gave that as an excuse for Evans murdering John.
This is nonsense. Why shouldn't I know? Evans told me.
On the contrary, Evans stated definitely that he told no one that John owed him money.
Yeah, that's right. He didn't want his guests to know about it.
What are you getting at, Drake? Are you accusing me of murdering John Crane?
No, Mr. Crane. John Crane isn't even dead.
What, not dead? No, what?
Of course John is dead. His body was found,
Not
wasn't
John Crane's body, Mrs. Crane. It wasn't John Crane's body that was in that trunk.
Then whose was it?
It was the body of Hugh Crane. This man here who claims to be Hugh Crane is John.
Drake, you're too smart for your britches. You haven't got a chance of proving that.
Oh, yes, I have. You and your brother Hugh look enough alike to be twins.
No, wait a minute. Bart, are you saying...
I'm saying, Inspector, that when the elder Crane died, John came up here and lived like a hermit, so people would forget any particular traits he might have had.
Oh, this is utter nonsense.
No, it isn't. Hugh and John did look alike.
Why, you're crazy, Nate Hobart. You never saw them together more than once or twice, and that was 10 years ago.
I remember that they looked alike. They were the same size, too.
Go on, Bart.
John spent those 10 years trying to make himself as much like you as possible. He practiced his gestures and his blustering voice and his handwriting.
That was so he could sign checks, eh?
Yes. John and Daphne wanted the money they felt they'd been cheated out of. They inveigled Hugh up here, murdered him, placed his body in the trunk, and submerged the trunk in the lake so his features would be decomposed to a point of being unrecognizable.
I get it. Then John, pretending to be Hugh, meant to go back and pick things up where Hugh left off. He and the girl here would be married a second time, and everything would be rosy.
That's it, Inspector. But unfortunately, John made one fatal mistake. Look out, Inspector. He's going to throw that bottle.
Hit him, John!
Put down that bottle or I'll...
Duck, Inspector!
That'll take care of you, Gumshoe.
Hit the inspector right between the eyes.
He's heading for the door. Grab him, Hobart.
I've been waiting for this chance.
Nice work, Hobart.
I learned that one when I played football in college.
Another minute and it would have been too late. Crane had a knife in his hand, the same knife with which he murdered his brother and Albert Evans. Inspector.
Okay. Say, that guy was pretty good at throwing bottles.
Yes, and knives, too. I imagine that was another thing he practiced while pretending to live as a hermit.
Well, it's the first time a bottle of scotch ever went to my head. Say, I still don't see why Crane knocked off Evans.
Because Evans was the only man who saw John Crane while he was a hermit. Evans suspected that Hugh was John.
Then why didn't he call the cops?
But he did.
Huh?
Oh, I beg your pardon, Inspector. Evans called me.
Yeah, I remember. Now, if he...
And, of course, when John realized what Evans had done, he murdered him.
Okay. Now, what was the one fatal mistake that Crane made?
Both John and Daphne wanted to be sure that when the body was finally discovered, it would be decomposed to a point where no one would recognize it. So, John decided to discover the body himself.
So he discovered the body himself?
Yes. But when he told how it happened, he said the trunk was floating.
Something wrong with that?
Plenty, Inspector. If enough water had entered that trunk to decompose the body, it couldn't have been floating. It would have sunk.
Well, now, think of that. Now, wait. I know how you figured it out. You got a hobby.
Yes, Inspector. Mystery is my hobby.